Yo, I just was running. I'm still running. And as I'm running, the Lord dropped something on me. I started pondering, just about life, my life. And I'm thinking about what I'm going through right now as far as detoxifying my body. And then I started thinking about my family, my friends, other people I care about, stuff like that. And because I'm like, I just ordered some stuff, minerals, and I'm just, reflecting on how deprived I am and how long. And then make me think about, parasites, that's inside the body. And then I'm like, yeah, I had parasites or worms in the body for a long time. And I think you might have too. And out of sight, out of mind. Right? So I started thinking about like just things that the world told us as reasons for what complications we go through or we're going through. And I'm also back in my Bible, so I'm back in school, and my brother Scribe, he's doing a lesson about how you can't trust nobody, man. Especially, the people. We the people. You can't trust them. They have always lied to us. And they will always lie to you. Us. That's just what they do. And have always done what we know to be liars, bullocks, BS. Fornication, which is not sexual, but fuckery, So, part of my language. And this is how they've been lying to us since we was a shit young child, right? How many of us have athlete's foot? Ponder on that. I'll wait. Right? And what they tell you about the cause of that? Athlete's foot. Right? I know I had it when I was young. Ooh, I had some stinky feet. Very stinky feet. You know what I also had when I was young? Ringworms. Huh? As a kid, who didn't have ringworms? Right? Right? So, before I get into that part, back to this athlete's foot. Where do they say that comes from?
Lap 1. Lap pace 11 minutes 44 seconds. 1 mile.
So, they say from what? Athletes playing, right? Gym, stuff like that. Shoes, things of that nature. And athletes, they wash after the game and all that, but why? They relate it with sports and stuff like that. Huh? Is that a cover-up? Is that a lie? Is that bullocks? So where do it come from? Why do they say athletes or those who's active catch athlete's foot? Is it by any chance that athlete's foot or athlete's feet is parasites in your foot, in your toes? Worms that's in the body? Why I say that? Why do I say that? Okay, I'm glad you asked. Remember I just said about ringworms? Right? What is that? It is exactly what it sounds like. A worm. Parasite. How did one get these parasites? What was one doing as a child when they caught contact of wingworms? I can remember me, and I'm gonna speak for me, playing in the schoolyard, recess, daycare, right? They always had a little playing area for the kids. You know what was notorious for that? That play yard? The sandbox. And when you went over there and played the sandbox and all that, with all them kids and everything like that, nine times out of 10, wingworms. That was very big. Going outside as a kid, in and out the house. You ain't have no shoes in your feet. You just go in and out the door, right? Playing in dirt. More so, people in the country. Can't speak about those in the city. Because it's concrete jungle, what they call it. But, once again, you still got the sandbox, still got the what? The park. Right. So, some way, somehow, you was able to catch wingworms. Now, if you caught wingworms when you was a jit, right? How did he diagnose that? What did he do? What did he give you? Wasn't it like some penicillin? Wasn't it something like that? I remember him giving me the pink stuff or some shit like that, right? Remember you used to have stomach issues, right? Pepto-Bismol, the pink stuff, you see? That normally was the case for treating these issues. Could it have been and is that the whole time the issues of what the child be going through is signs of parasites early. Worms early and wasn't properly treated. They grew up with this in their system, stripping them, because that's what the parasites do. You the host. And you've been feeding them until the point where you get older, right? And then your body smells. You know, you got strong body odor. You got all this problem. You got a lot of complications as you get older, right? Because they never address the problem sophisticatedly. I'm just saying, this is what I was pondering on out here jogging. This is the reason I like to jog now, because I get to think, you know what I mean, the Most High, He'll touch me with some stuff where I'll ponder on, self-reflect, self-inventory. You know what I mean? Then I think about my family and friends that I love, because, you know, as you discover things in yourself and you overcome, you can also associate with people who may have the similarities, going through the same issues, or been aware that they've been going through the issues before you went through yours, right? But something you just never talked about. But now, you're like, oh my goodness, you know what? Could it have been, or could it be that they're dealing with this because of that? A lot of us is a mineral, majority of everybody is minerally deficient. Yes. The reason why I say that confidently, because U.S. Senate Document 261 states, since 1936 and 1939, the soil is depleted. There's nothing in the ground. There is no minerals in the ground. So off top, even if you're growing, there's not enough minerals in the ground. It's depleted. U.S. Senate Document 261. Look it up. This is all facts. So that's why I say majority of people are mineral deficient. And with this being known, government, them liars, this is all about what I'm saying now. They've lied to us since the beginning, and they continue to lie to us. This is why we're going through what we're going through. And this is what the scriptures speak about. That he's going to send the people, Israel, to an enemy, to a nation they do not know. A father have not known. And serve gods they have not known. Deuteronomy chapter 32. Right? Oh, and there's many other spots in the Bible. That's what I can remember off the top of my head. Right? And Ezekiel. Yeah. They tell you that he's going to what? Send you to a nation, right? Gentiles and all that. And it's going to cause a famine, pestilence. Pestilence is diseases. Yeah. That's what I looked it up. Yeah. It's different type of diseases and all that, plagues and all that. It's pestilence. Yeah. So when you look at America, America's number one, obesity, number one out of all the countries. Yeah. So, right, plague with diseases and famine. Famine mean no food, right? So back to what I'm saying, the ground has no minerals. So that's your food. Because you're eating the food to get the nutrients, which is your minerals and vitamins. You want to get that, stuff of that nature. And they give you the opposite. They give you metallic, synthetic, all this bull crap, right? Never the raw, never the real. It's always duplicated. It's always something that was spliced and things of that nature. It's like cutting the drug. And that's what they are. Drug dealers. You know what I mean? Liars and drug dealers, man. Murderers, killers, thieves, manipulators, oh my. Lions, tigers, and bears. Let's go. And this is what they sell you, which is a dream. You see? And those who know, they don't talk about this stuff. Now, only to people that's in the circle. You ain't in the loop, you ain't in the scoop. You ain't getting the scoop. That's how it's going to be, right? So, you will have to go through trial and error, which is going to pay. Some people don't make it that far. That's why the insurance is in place, you know? So, even people with insurance, they still get what? Done dirty as well. Because just because you got insurance, don't mean that what? They still going to deal with you perfidiously, right? So, with that being said, you got to take your power back into your own hand and do your own research and realize that these people is not playing right. They never play fair. Okay. So back to what I'm saying, that they make money off chaos. That's the order. Right. So the chaos is the food, the things they give us and prescribe as good and healthy. Well, there's levels. For optimum health, you know, you're gonna need certain things. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. You know, you have to stay away from things. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. Always gonna counteract. So this is what I come to find out. Like they know how to do like this alchemy, basically. It's like playing with metals, playing with fire, playing with all these elements of the natural earth, and making it into something else like gold. You see where I'm coming from? It's alchemy. Alchemy is dealing with antiquity. That goes back to before that's the beginning of time. We're dealing with alchemy. Back in land of Babylon. You know what I mean? Like all that stuff, man. Yeah. So we didn't get into all that, but that's basically I want to correlate what's going on in modern times. It's like they're playing games, mind games. You know, it's a mental warfare, spiritual first, because the spirit speaks. That's always profound over the flesh. So being that people is not spiritually connected as it should be, they're more connected to the flesh, and the flesh dies, especially if it's not treated properly. So this is what's going on. They're killing us, and they're killing us with things that we desire to be good, even though it's not good. So even when we start to realize things is not good, and then we realize that they are being stingy with the stuff that are good. See, you start getting these minerals, vitamins, and realize like what is really needed. You start looking at the ingredients of the stuff we eat, and you realize that they ain't giving you that. They ain't giving you them quality minerals. Boy, you get very little of that. I'm gonna tell you the top 3 I noticed: magnesium, calcium. All right. They'll give you some zinc. They give you some copper. And they give you some selenium. Right? Potassium. But too much zinc and selenium steals from your iron and copper. Not enough copper interferes with the iron. Acid strips the calcium from the bones. So, with that being said, if you do not know which minerals to take and what not to take, then you're doing yourself a disservice. This is what I come to find out. Reason why I wasn't absorbing. Reason why a lot of people don't have absorption compatibility up to the par where they
Lap
can.
2.
They can.
Lap pace 12 minutes 1 second.
They can.
Total 23 minutes 46 seconds. 2 miles.
They can get what the body needs to get, and the body can't get it. Body start breaking down. So this is what happens. Deterioration, degenerate, right? Let's say you have a degenerate disease. You're losing bone marrow, bone to bone action. You know what I mean? Hernia disc, right? Too much pressure, compression, right? All this. Why? Because the body is straining to stay alive. So it's sucking in. You know what I mean? Like a prune. And then everything else get crushed in. Your windpipes, you can't breathe. You know, you can't bend your joints, your arms, everything stop popping. All this stuff stop hurting. You see? And then between the joints is where you have what? Built up acid and mucus. Deposits in the body. Inflammation. Adhesions. Biofilm. And then they sell you stuff like this. Massage therapy. Well, they open up categories for you to go see and experience and explore. Maybe this may work for you, right? Or you're dealing with this, so you go to the chiropractic fields, right? Manipulation of the bones and joints, right? That's what that is. Then temporary fixes. Never prevention. It's treatment. Temporary. Then you go to the massage therapeutic outlook or outreach, right? And then they start to massage and, you know what I mean, hit you with trigger points, manipulations, things of that nature. And then they tell you what I broke it up, now you gotta flush it out, right? But how did it get there anyway, right? And what the body's designed for anyway? Isn't the body is already built to live? That's how the Most High made us, to live long, 120. But he said he's gonna cut that in half in Psalms to like 70 to 80. So when you look at statistics speaking of those who live in this country, men 75.77, women 80.2, things of that nature. But long story short, Most High preserve you. He preserved your bones. You know what I mean? And he says you gotta follow the Lord's statutes and commandments. And he tell you stay away from these people and those that eat uncleanness. And a lot of the stuff we eat is unclean. So gotta go back to an alkaline diet is what I come to find out. You know what I mean? And that's tricky. Because all this cooking eliminates the enzymes which help the body break down and absorb. So, with that being said, it's a conundrum, right, that many people don't figure out. Don't. What they do figure out, they spent a lot of money and they got surgery done. And the surgery is reversible. It's permanent damage. But this is what the medical field offered, because that's what they teach. Allopathic methods of maintaining the body, diagnosing the body, instead of going to a holistic approach. or any other word that fits in that category of holistic. So it's essential that we have these minerals and we find them and you put them in the body, because the market with those precise minerals I spoke of is scarce, and it's a high commodity because they understand that's the root cause to bring your behind on into the office. That's another reason to what? To go call Tyrone, call him, so you can go ahead and get taxed. You see, that's how they make their money here. Taxation. They have to tax everything, and they're not getting enough money from the taxes. This is why this country's in debt. So, out of the $1 trillion that's in debt, right? What happened is they probably produce about 4 or 5 trillion, right? But short to pay the people they pay every year about $1 to $2 trillion. This is why they keep going whole, even though they make about 4. The debt is like about 5 trillion, so they're like a 1 point something short, because they yearly yield is about 4 point something trillion from the taxing and everything like that. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. I'm just showing you the reason why a person or a nation can be greedy and motive to generate more income, more ways to solidify the situation that they in. It's like a person who's in debt. They got to figure out how to overcome this, when every year they doing their best, and their best is not enough. You see where I'm coming from? You're still short. So how can you get that extra in? This is why they start getting cheap, like a drug dealer, I keep saying. Start putting extra filters in there, fillers and all that stuff that's not needed. Yeah, it's needed. Need your ass to get sicker and come over here to us faster. You see? So we can keep on taxing and things like that. Yeah. Same thing with the institutions and prison systems. Make money off that. They make a lot of money off the labor, slavery. And then on top of that, they poison people in there, because you ain't getting nothing good in there for the body. So you come home with, complications. Yeah, you may look like you got a glow, but you already know the inside is muddy, murky. But with that being said, bro, that was on my spirit to talk about today as I'm doing my little routine. And I have ordered some things and I'm waiting to come in. So that's what made me think about all of this. And now I'm waiting for positive results, because I'm just now starting to figure this stuff out. The monopoly. Yeah, life is a monopoly, bro. Be careful, man. And trust no one. Don't trust them. As far as you can throw them. Keep it small circle, because that will hurt you. Facts. As you heard, I did about 2 miles already. This will be the first time I actually would do 3 miles out here. So I'm thinking I should just keep going, right? Until we hear that shit say 3 miles. That's what I'm thinking. So what can I speak about? I don't got no water out here. That's another reason why I don't really want to go too crazy. But and I gotta walk back home. So, but if there's a will, it's a way. Pray for you. Pray, Father, allow me to continue with this message as I strive for a new plateau of 3 miles. on camera. Yeah, so back to that wingworms, athlete feast. And people have been getting worms since beginning, since they was younger, right? So what make you think you won't get worms from now? Like now, wow, what's stopping you from getting worms now? You got them when you was younger, right? Yeah. And you never really dealt with them. Because back then, they ain't had that technology like that they got now. No, buddy. They use penicillin for everything. Everything. And they classify a detox by getting yourself a laxative. Animal. That's how, far the knowledge went back then for those who was even aware of the complications they experienced. Yeah, go get yourself some penicillin. Oh, you want to get something laxative and clean yourself out, boy. Drink vinegar, cranberry juice. These are the remedies that one would take to resolve certain issues. Honey, cinnamon, what that shit called? That black stuff, castor oil. Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, I'm saying that it didn't work. It did. But the food and stuff was different back then too. You see? Yeah. It didn't have as what it got. Have is half of what is in the food now. Everything is pro-cancer, pro-aging, just a lot of hormones, imbalancement, a lot of estrogen, just a lot of stuff that help the body go to its demise faster. Oh yeah. People is perishing off the earth at a faster rate in a younger age, or the children are born with more complications. It seems like nowadays, all this ADHD, born with this stuff, and complex. What that shit called? ADHD. And I got that. OCD.
Lap 3.
There we go.
Lap pace 12 minutes 9 seconds. Total 35 minutes 56 seconds. 3 miles.
You heard it. So, yeah. OCD. OPP. OBD. TH. You know what I mean? It's just like a lot of this damn 3-letter. Oof, I'm done. Okay. Oof, okay. Not too bad. Could have ran another one, but I'm good with this. Yeah, there's a lot of 3-letter acronyms. It's just crazy. But that's the world we live in. My jacket. The world we live in. So yeah. Be careful, man. And don't trust nobody. Do your research. Do your research. It's coming up on 30 minutes now. So I'm in that on the 30 mark. And I'll see y'all next time, bro. See y'all next time. With the positive vibrations, right? Yeah, with positive vibrations, man. Alkaline lifestyle. Shalom, man. Shalom. That's what we gonna say, you heard?